Morning, folks. It's 6:07 a.m. 11/11/2016. Well, that's kind of neat in numerology. 11 has, believe it or not, always stood for the singular male and female, original first being, original source energy. Things happen on like 9/11 in the U.S., 3/11 in Japan. That was the way of stating that we're in control and get over it. Well, that's not where it's going anymore. From now on, 11 is literally, and when I say from now on, I'm not telling you how you have to think or anything. This is from the other side. The meaning, and this is going to be put into your lives, so you have a reason to understand it to be so. 11 is going to stand for male and female source energy that are like a big brother, big sister. They look after you. That's all. You'll start having good things happen on 11 instead of bad things. And 11/11 is about complete family, everybody. And everyone's equal, just a bunch of ones. So 2016 numerology, I always read it from the right to the left. If you insist on reading it from the left to the right, your spirit guide will probably be able to put things together for you to where it comes to you that way. Okay? But it's easiest for everyone. You just go right to the left. That's what dyslexia is, okay? When people go from the left to the right and they get near the end and all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, something's going on. The two spirits inside your body, inside the core energy, the core spirit flow of your body, there's the one part, the two snakes the Kundalini talks about, is the two independent spirits within your body. One from that originally came from the planet, and the other one that's you visiting the body. The one here on the planet is used to things here on the planet, which often goes left to right, especially now in the U.S., has been for hundreds of years, whatever. It gets set on that because it keeps going back into these bodies having lives where you all take off, have lives on other planets. Okay, so anyway, you've always been going right to left, from right to left, and then up, right to left, up, right to the left. And how do we do it here in the U.S.? Left to right, down, left to the right, down, left to right, down. You'll find a lot of different places don't have the same problem with dyslexia that the West does, just because they read that way. Because you're used to doing it that way in other planets, you follow it one way, you get right near the end, and then it's like, oh crap, I'm supposed to go the other way, and then it throws you back and forth, and then sometimes, depending on how strong you are, how many lives you've had, and the strength of that spirit that's within you that originally came from the planet that's a big combination of things, factors. That's what, will throw you towards the way of dyslexia or not. It's like I said, psychology, for someone to really be in touch in psychology, they need to be able to understand what's going on with both parts of your core energy, the two different spirits within it, your personal one, and that of the planet, which is in your body. It's really part of you, but when I say you, I'm talking about the spirit visiting this planet in this body, not the planetary essence that was put in there with you to abuse it, to abuse you, and to confuse your life, blah, blah, blah. Also, I want to say, I should have said this right away, the MMEs, Metaphysical Mayhem events, they've been closed for a couple of days. I should have said something. Deanna's going to, she'll get that fixed on the website soon. Deanna is so busy doing so much stuff, okay? She's so busy. She's so awesome. Speaking of Deanna, in one of the other videos, I called her a vegetarian. I was exposing my ignorance for the different titles for the different things. Vegan is something that does not eat, not only doesn't eat any animal meat, flesh, but does not eat any whatchamacallit, does not eat any animal byproduct like, dairy products or something like that. And then a vegetarian, as I understand it, is actually somebody who just doesn't eat animal flesh. And then we have the carnivores, people that eat a bit of everything. And then we have one other type that I'm aware of, and I'll bring that up. It's from my last life as Gandhi. I'll bring that up in a second. This needs to be said first. A couple things. Number one, creation was made to be abusive. This creation is wrong. It's being changed. Everyone's going to go into energy bodies. You're not solid one day and you'll fall apart as energy. The solid body is going to start phasing away. I said it's going to happen over a 2,000-year period. That's an estimate that's old. That it's like extensive. If it's less than that, good, but that's an approximation and a large one. Okay. So it happens in less time than good. But anyway, in Fey bodies, which are the same type of body, in Fey bodies, something really, really, really strong energy, like myself, all I need to feed me for 1 month, I need 1 thimble of the energy from 1 thimble of honey and 1 apple that fell off of a tree. That's it. And when you take the energy out of that apple, you're not tearing up that seed. You take the energy out of the fruit of the apple. The seed still goes in the ground, can make a new tree. You actually help cultivate the planet instead of destroy it. But all that destruction made the original first being, male and female, happy. And like I said, they're dead. Or like I've said, I don't know how many times. So, all right, animals have to eat animals to stay alive. Okay, it's screwed up, it's wrong, it's going away. Animals are leaving in large numbers. Now I'm going to talk about my last life as Gandhi, only a small part of it. I completely respect the privacy of all y'all's lives, not just the one you're having now, but ones you've had in the past. I've never said anything about some things that need to be kept quiet. The only time I've ever gotten that way whatsoever is when someone really wants to give me a hard time. They think they're a smart ass. Then I'll go into their personal life, whatever, and I'll rip them a new one. Want to play? Fine. You'll find out I'm the biggest SOB in the sandbox, and I don't mean silly old boy. But that's not what I'm here to do. Sometimes people just get so full of themselves, they need to be shut down publicly. Anyway, I was a Fruitopian. When you look at plants, trees, they have a dual spirit core. Okay? I was talking with Berjou about this the other day in a little more finite detail. She noticed, she's so strong, such a strong seer. She said, their energy, their spirit's different. I'm seeing male and female. And I said, yeah, it's got male and female in there, kind of like the two parts working together. Oftentimes spirit mates, but not always. And then there's also the spirit of the planet. So it's honestly, I say they have a Kundalini core energy. It's more like 3 energies in there. But anyway, so they're alive too. Excuse me. So that's why I could see that. I could see the energy in plants as Gandhi. I could see the life everywhere. I knew how important it was. One of the most difficult religions to deal with is the Muslim religion. All your books are full of crap. Religious books. They're all bullshit. I should have warned anyone coming in, if you have young kids, you don't want to hear any cussing. I try not to, but I'm tired. I'm getting ready to leave. I've become more serious, and I'm tired of fussing around with stuff. Anyway, darn, excuse me. So if you're not going to eat anything that's alive, I mean, that's sentient, because plants are sentient. The only thing you can do is eat the fruit that drops from a tree, because it's released it. The spirit will come out of it almost right away. Then you're not harming anything. And when I was Gandhi, I was me. I could see all this, talk to it. Anyway, so what's that? The ultimate vegan? No, it's Fruitopian. But the thing is, these bodies are all set up a certain way to utilize, to abuse everything. I mean, animals, plants, everything. The less animal products you eat, the flesh, dairy, whatever, the less of that you eat, the less of a need there is for people to produce it, because all these greedy assholes want is money. They don't care about suffering. Disgusting crap. So, whether you eat meat and excuse me, if you eat meat and you can cut out 50-60% of it, you're helping. 80%, you're doing good. You're making a big change in your life that's going in the right way. So if you're vegetarian and you don't eat meat, you're helping. And thank you for anyone doing anything to help. Thank you. You are helping. And then if you're a vegan, you're doing everything you can to max out for animals. That's fracking cool as hell. The only way to fix this, do everything you can. That comes from your heart. The most powerful thing that there is. But the only way you can fix this is by taking the animals away. And that's what's happening anyway. But it's because they're tired of being in bodies and being abused. So I told you they were coming out in herds, large numbers, and it should have been happening early this year. It should have been happening in larger numbers, but I got stuck here for another year. So it'll happen. You'll have your proof, but you know what's more important than your damn proof? The animals being freed. The original first being male and female, they were more human energy than they were anything else. And they were so arrogant. And they bred that into everything. They made everything fight each other. This creation is disgusting, and it's going to be replaced. It's going to be dissolved and rebuilt as it's going along. So, anyway, thank you for all of you that are doing what you can to help. Deanna, she sourced from Lily and Arae, very clean, but she has a higher content of animal essence in her. One of her names is Dianamal instead of Deanna, Dianamal. I think that's cool. And it bothers her. She's more animal than human or anything, and she's in a human body. That's frustrating. I can't look at the animal abuse and dwell. I mean, I have, but I can't look at it and dwell on it because it starts getting me real pissed. And I got to keep calm, get out of here, then I can do what I need to do. Anyway, so that on the consults, were those MMEs. I brought it up, didn't finish. Gee, never done that before. They're closed. You know, they've been closed a few days. Oh, that's right, I did say that. Okay. I've told you I don't have any kind of memory, and if nothing else, I just prove that to be true. And I want to thank everyone for getting involved in that. And there are still consults coming in. It's the 800 ICU thing. Excuse me. Good coffee. There are some people, due to the stupidity of Western Union, by the way, excuse me, all of you that are standing in those testimonials, keep them coming. The testimonials in any way, keep them coming. Thank you. But especially the ones where Western Union called me a scam. They've been doing it. They have me locked out on some scam fraud list thing. They can't understand what's going to happen, but they're going to. Because what I've done, who I am, what I've proven, even though this body will be dead, is going to slam their ass in court. So the proof is already there. They're screwed. The money won't be there to actually go ahead and take them to court until after I get out of here. We're compiling proof at the same time, but there's two other things that need to finish up real quick. And then actually one of them. And then that'll take care of the rest of them. There's a total of, there's 3 of them that are kicking, and a 4th one, someone has stolen some of my property on the other side of the Atlantic. They're going to return what they have or face the consequences. And I better be in the same shape. Right, Karen? That thing gets destroyed, you're out hundreds of thousands of dollars, and of course you don't have any money. Anyway, let's see. I guess that's the gist of it. People, anything you can do to help someone or cut down on abuse is a gift you're giving from your heart. Thank you. That's what this new creation is about. I mean, and folks, creation itself is going to change. It's not just the format, it's the actual creation, the bodies. People start being, they'll finish the body and they'll finish a life in a physical body, and then when it's time for them to have a new one, they're going to go into an energy body. There's 1,672.3 new universes. And they're going to start, there's actually something going on where they're starting to get some energy bodies in there. But that's what they're going to be almost completely. And then physical bodies in their ships and everything, they'll be going in and out, going into them, and discovering more about the energy bodies and the benefits of it. The Fae are going to start making bodies in front of you, so you can see what it's like. You can be an energy body and then make a physical body, and then you can't hold it too long, and then you let loose. You can actually phase. You can float right through a wall of a building with no doors, go inside, make a solid body, have a little fun, and then just float up from the seat, and then just go float through the wall, and then go have fun. If you want, make a physical body and walk, but you will not be allowed to maintain a physical form, because that's when you need physical substance, and that's when creation becomes abusive. Over 70% of the abuse in all creation is going to be removed. The freedom that there's... I try not to address this too much. There's things going on with the Drac and Antid. A lot of things I can't talk about. I was talking with Siobhan, and Tyr, was trying to get a hold of me, and Siobhan was standing there watching it. And then Tyr looked at Siobhan like, okay, maybe say something to him. I've been so sick the past few days. I couldn't hardly do anything. But anyway, before all these prisoners can be taken care of, there have to be some destructive acts on this planet. It's going to be quote-unquote natural disasters. Excuse me, some people say this or say that, they'll make something up, who cares? It doesn't matter. What matters is that these acts happen. And they will soon. But it's going to be real powerful source energy shaking up the planet. There's a lot more I could say, but I'm not, about this thing with the Drac and Antids. They're waiting for something. And it'll happen. Anyway, soon. Anyway, I think that's the gist of it. And like I said, those of you that we couldn't get it together for the event, I'm taking care of you personally. Okay, so you're not losing anything. You're not spending extra money. You're getting more. I've always done everything I can for everyone. I go without, so more people can have more than what they have. And that people includes animals, plants, everything. I'm doing all I can. So I get by on a minimum. But I do go out to eat every once in a while and buy a bottle of wine. There's a lot coming, folks. There's a lot coming. On today's date, 11/11/2016, I was wondering why this laptop is still on. Going right to left, 6102, and then 1111. If you use the numbers singularly, it's metaphysical abilities of the self, complete understanding of 1111. Okay, that's your own personal metaphysical abilities will give you the complete understanding of the new creation, 1111. Okay, now you can add the numbers up. 6102. Okay, 6 and 1 is 7, and another 2 is 9. 9 is the elders. It represents the elder. And then 1111, elders of the new creation. And you can, add them up any way you want. It's going to wind up having pretty much the same information. Folks, it's time for change. It's already been happening, but it's going to kick in hard. And, when I was talking about the food supply, folks, replicators are real. Okay, now I understand they were on Star Trek. That doesn't mean they don't exist. There were starships on Star Trek. They exist. Okay, the Serpoian are very adept at work, and Andromedians too, doing things with plants, plant life, flora. The Illyrians have a very special way. That's one of the main reasons they're here. They have a very special way to grow crops that contain all the natural ingredients that are needed to produce a plant food. It's synthesized, but it does come from plant, but it's a plant food that will cover all the nutritional needs excuse me, of the earth and human body. They have incredible ways of rapid growth systems, farming. Food's going to be everything but completely free. People will buy a replicator that grow their own crops, and they make their own meals. And there'll be others helping other people. So, anyway, folks, I'm sure we all need to run. 11:11 from now on. Actually, it already has been about a thing about compassion, about family. 1111. That's creation as a whole. A lot of people run around saying, we're all source. Now, you all come from the same source, but you're not all source spirit, That's why you got to watch words. You got to watch the definition. Blah. Anyway, folks, love you. And remember, even cutting out 80% or 60% of the meat that you eat, anything is helping. If you can save the life of a few animals, and if enough people don't eat, if everybody cut down the meat they were eating by 50, the animal meat that they're eating by 50%, that would save a lot of lives. And if any of you have the balls to try to tell me that one life doesn't matter, I'll tell you to frack off. Every life matters. Everything is equal and deserving equal protection. Every life matters. Some people can do more than others. Man, that's cool. Wow. Is that a gift or what? Hell yes. But every life matters. I know no other way. I understand the truth of this, and I will never turn away from that. That hits my core. That's why it pisses me off. So many arrogant people running around, I'm this color, I do this, I'm this religion. You suck because you don't know, I'm cool. Come to the earth and, you're supposed to come to the earth and just beat up everything, and God made you in His image, and man, that stuff's so disgusting, it drives me crazy. There's your religious texts. Like I said, the only good place I understand for one to be is in the bathroom. You might run out of paper. Folks, love you, man. One last thing. There's one cartoon somewhere that said, one more thing. This old man says something had to do with dragon energy or something. I don't know. Anyway, I've enjoyed cartoons, sci-fi and stuff. It just gets me away from this plane of existence for a moment. Um, I want to say thank you to all the veterans, all the people, whether they actually had to fight or not, but that did time in the military. There should be no need for one, but there is. That's another thing that'll fade away with the energy bodies. They have issues down there, but it's not done like that. And those issues are easily taken care of. But anyway, war's like working towards an ultimate abuse. Seems like an oxymoron statement. Usually ultimate is something positive. Extreme abuse. Why a parent should have to bury their children or cremate them, whatever, and worse than that, not even have a body. Folks' creation's sick. It was made to be sick. It was made to be abusive to serve the original first being, male and female. You know, you're all perfect, all forgiving, all loving God that then made hell to abuse you forever. What? That's all changing. You're all going to run yourselves. You got a big brother and a big sister that'll take care of that. It's like everyone do your stuff in the house and whatever you want to do, and if anything gets crazy, then they'll step in. But other than that, everyone gets treated like adults because they are. Y'all have had at least hundreds of millions of lives. You don't need someone holding your hand. You need to be let loose to relax and be given a life free of strong abuse and to do what you want to do. You can't, no one can have a life like that when the end result, the main reason for you being in a body is to abuse your body, give you a horrible life, abuse your spirit, work it out so that when it comes out of the body, it's bigger, stronger. Folks, what's going on is simple, okay? Look, I'm no dummy, okay? I used to be very book smart. The more my abilities grew, the bigger my brain physically got. The more I used my abilities. Of course, I was fighting all the time, so I grew real fast, and my energy just happens to be really strong. So I grew stronger, faster, and quicker. It's my job. I was made to do that. I was made to take care of things, to protect. That's why animals have so much fortitude. That's why Deanna, she's not a huge woman, but she is in power. Don't mess with that young lady. Almost reminds me of Wolverine. It's like a Tasmanian devil cartoon. Just, it's fine till you piss it off, and then you got your hands full. It's like, whoa, put it back in the box. Put it back in the box. She's so precious. All of you are. One of the very important reasons for me being here was so that y'all could find out who you are. To show you a solid path to finding yourself, giving you all the road maps, the road signs, my books. I wrote them for you. In the hope that as many of you as possible will find yourselves. Discover who you really are. So 100 years from now, 40% of this planet will be awake. Excuse me, that's a big slurp. That is awesome. All right, folks. And to the vets, thank you very much. To the families of vets, and thank you. Sorry for your pain. I appreciate everything done. I mean, what could someone give that's more precious than their own life? What could someone suffer loss from that's more precious than those closest to them, their children that they've lost? This is going to stop. I love y'all. Have a good one.